We're live.
Rolling. Hi, folks. Hi, everybody. Hello again.
Welcome back. Here we are in the lovely...
in Races Oasis in the Mixtapes Studios in beautiful downtown Wentzville. We are recording what you will soon discover, if you don't already know, is the most high-end, most glitzy, most glamorous music challenge podcast
on the face of the planet. On your face as well.
I was going to limit it to this backyard, but...
Hey,
but if you want to go ahead and be global, we're nationwide.
Because we're bad. That's why we're nationwide.
We're bad.
We have company tonight. My lovely wife, Donna, is sitting in with us. She may or may not join us, but she's hanging out with us anyway. Say hello, Donna.
Hi.
There you go.
There's Donna.
I was hoping she would say hello, Donna. But
she's officially of Apes.
Of
she's
Apes.
officially Donna of Apes since she spoke on a microphone during an episode.
Well, that and she's paid for most of the shit.
Well, it's true. It's actually past due, and I was hoping you would avoid that because I, too, am culpable for not having earlier recognized. However, we're going to just move on and say that she's going to get all the fanfare and the big whoop-de-doo.
She's already got the T-shirts and the bumper stickers.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and actually, she's the boss.
Yeah.
So she and my wife Jill are the bosses. So
well, and as you've graciously said in the past, that she gives up. Like we come over here, we do this, we sit out in the backyard, we do whatever. She has to stay away and keep quiet and all that. And that's that. I mean, she's got a life too.
It's like she's a wife in the late 1800s or something.
Yes, but she dresses better than they did.
Well, it's true.
Anyway, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
And it's time to get off to the races with You Should Know This. I said off to the races.
Oh, very nice.
And your Race of Apes.
There you
and
go.
That is completely inadvertent and really not as funny as it should be. Yeah. This is You Should Know This song. It is our lyric challenge commentary BS Factoids podcast.
We are Mixed Apes.
We are
We are here to entertain and blow you away with our brilliance.
Blow you away. And again, glitz and glamour.
Yeah.
We're trying to put a glitz and glamour twist on this thing since I decided at 35 seconds.
Okay, cool.
So
try
to up your game a little bit.
I'm going to up your game. I'm going to move you along and ask you what we got going on. Let's do some nest keeping here.
Yeah. We'll get right into it. How about, in a recent episode, I had a 38 special challenge and did not give the propers on who wrote it and when and all that stuff.
Like we normally do with every song.
Right. It's pretty customary. It's respectful, and it's the right thing to do. So we're going to go back real quick here, and we're going to tell you that Hold On Loosely by 38 Special was released in 1981 on the Wild Eyed Southern Boys album, which they had a good number of hits off of.
Including the title cut, yeah.
Yeah, written by James Peterick, well-known songwriter, and Jeff Carlisi.
Really? I didn't know Jim Peterick wrote that. Was he with 38 Special at the time? The production assistant. Let's wake him up and see if he knows what the hell's going on.
Yeah. Here, hold on.
You can't wake him up, can you? It's the drugs. Because, he was a member of Survivor, one of the founding members of Survivor.
Yeah. Here's the correction is Jim Peterick wasn't officially a member of 38 Special, but wrote or co-wrote many of the songs for 38 Special, including Rockin' Into the Night, Hold On Loosely, Caught Up in You, Wild Eyed Southern Boys, Fantasy Girl.
That album.
He was a member of the band.
Yeah. At the very least, he was a member of the songwriting team.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Right. There's the correction.
Thank you for the information.
You're
satiated. Didn't know.
All right, you got one? You got anything?
Sunny Good Street.
Yeah, this is an interesting
That
one.
was a really, really weird song by Donovan, and I know that you kind of love the Donovan weirdness.
Yeah.
Which is why I shared it in that previous episode.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm going to just step aside and let you tell the story, because you did the real research. I can't speak. Hello, let's do a podcast. I can't talk.
I like research. We could start talking in a bad British accent and say things like research.
So would you please share?
Yeah, I could not let go of what in the world, in the lyrics of the song, Sunny Good Street, I couldn't let go of the thing that we tossed back and forth for a minute when we were doing that episode and that challenge, and that was the Firefly platform. Like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All kinds of things kind of popped into my head, and it turns out that
nobody knows.
Nobody really knows. I couldn't find anything definitive, but a couple of the contributions, entries in a couple of, blog sites and things like that from people who live in the area or are familiar with the area,
not just Joe
random American people saying, I think, I have a friend who is that there is a, subway or / commuter train type station on Sunny Good Street, and the lights, down the row on the platform
look kind of
Firefly, and so it gained the term Firefly platform. Again, there was nothing definitive saying kind of what the lyrics are discombobulated, so there was nothing I could find
very strange
that really sort of said these lyrics are concrete about this, other than maybe
and Donovan never stepped up, knocked on your
maybe
door
an episode of hallucinogenics, and I'm just throwing that out there to be humorous. I have no idea.
It's certainly a possibility.
But also, Sunny Good Street still exists. It's a street that is in London and has been and will be. So
but wasn't there also something about there possibly being a bomb shelter?
Yes, there is a bomb shelter underneath, which is bizarre to think about. Remnant of World War II, etc. I don't know
if that's relevant.
If that has any relevance to Firefly platform. But the term in all of those bizarre lyrics that caught our attention was Firefly platform, and so I couldn't let go of Sunny Good Street because I never heard the name of the street, and I was having difficulty with, is it SONNY or SUNNY? And then the Firefly platform thing just had me completely captivated. So that's what I came up with, and you can all thank me later for that. For that 5 minutes of what is going on here.
Okay, well, that being said, it might be a good time to just start doing what we're here to do.
Why don't we, Race? Why don't we just do what we're here to do? So we're going to do
an episode of Prime.
Right. We're going to do a round of Prime Cut.
Because that's what we do, man. We do. And we keep talking about the boss. I'm the boss of this one, man. I'm going to just take over right now.
You're the Bruce Springsteen of this of this challenge.
I'm not the Bruce Springsteen of anything.
Of anything.
However, we're going to do an episode of Prime. Prime is two clues, as many as 2 clues.
Yes.
Ideally, straight from the song. Somebody, I give him the clues. He figures it out or he doesn't. I laugh at him or I don't.
Delivered via text?
Yes, delivered via text.
Delivered text-based, now spoken.
Getting right into it here. There's your clue. You should know this song.
My clue is Midnight on the Water. And I'm just going to say it real fast as ELO.
Yes.
I saw the ocean's daughter. Do you know the trick word in this song?
The trick word?
The trick word. The word that, it's a super sort of esoteric
I do not.
That
Share this with me.
What was she walking on?
I don't know.
He says, walking on the wave.
On the waves she came.
No, the word is chicane. And this was, I don't know how I know this. It's CHICANE.
Yeah.
Like the word walking cane. It's one word. And I don't know, I can't tell you where or how this came about for me. I heard someone else discussing it. And I was like, no. But the wave chicane is like the top of the wave's crest before it breaks. You know what I mean?
I wonder what the connection
so the description there, is apt for what he's singing about. You know what I mean?
Walking on the top of the water.
Right, walking right on the top of the wave's crest, whatever.
Right.
And I always got such a kick out of that, and was
almost an
honestly
enchiladas thing, dude.
Had that in my pocket, waiting for an opportunity like this. So
to
thank
share
you.
it. Oh, you're more than welcome.
That was worth.
It's one of those, as are many ELO songs. It's one of those that when you hear it, it's just like, oh man, I love this too.
Right, absolutely.
I mean, anything Jeff Lynne, he to me is just an amazing musician and contributor, and again, one of those guys whose fingerprints are all over everything.
Yeah.
You know?
100%.
And not just the stuff that not just the Traveling Wilburys, and not just the Beatles related stuff, and not just ELO. I mean, like,
and you know what his writing is.
Wasn't their band The Move before it was ELO? I think that was it.
That one I can't speak to authoritatively.
Well, we'll correct that if I'm wrong in the future. We'll correct that in the future if I'm wrong now.
If I'm wrong now. His songs, of course, are the kind of songs that you can't get out of your head.
Oh, very nice. Actually, the name of the song, Can't Get It Out of My Head, off the album El Dorado, 1974, written, of course, by Jeff Lynne. And thank you for that little bit of...
Yeah, that's fun. I wish we just had more of that instead. It's one of those things that you don't.
Now I'm gonna have to go and check that shit out, right?
Yeah. Please do, and let me know if you get a kick out of it.
Absolutely.
And anybody out there who has those types of little tidbits that are so enjoyable to know.
To
you know
the
what
two
I mean?
goons that we are, anyway.
Yeah. A word that you think is a word that's not even really a bean enchilada, because what an unusual word. I mean, raise your hand out there if you've heard the word used
in that way,
almost in your lifetime, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
So,
but again, he's a Brit. They're smarter than we are, so
yes, completely. So, and the other thing I want to say is we both love ELO, and I have half a dozen ELO songs on my list, but I just haven't gotten to them. I haven't gotten that far down the list yet, but I feel like there should be more.
I have an extra kid
included.
Glenn used to not live with us, but hang out here often enough that we called him an extra kid.
Sure.
It was my son's best friend in high school, and he is a huge ELO fan, and I cannot hear, especially like I know that he loves Mr. Blue Sky.
Oh.
I can't hear ELO without thinking of him every time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's kind of cool, actually, that I have to.
Right.
It's an automatic connection. He's family.
And he's at least a generation down.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's 30 years younger than I am, at least, maybe 35.
Yeah, so he's at least a generation down. That's cool stuff.
And his dad's a rock and roller. You know, like he came by his love of rock and roll legitimately.
Right. Okay, it's me. Are you ready?
I'm as ready as I can be for anything you have to say.
I really hope you know this song. You should know this song, but I'm not certain that you do know this song. So take a look at that and tell me if it'll work for you.
Fox the Fox, Rat on the Rat. No, it makes me think of Thin Lizzy, and I know that's not it.
That's not it. This might give you what you need. Here is clue numero dos.
You Can Rape the Ape, I know about that. No, there's actually a book by Hello Mudda. Who's that guy?
By a writer?
The guy, Hello Mudda, Hello Father, that guy.
Here I am at Camp Granada. I don't know
that guy.
It's not coming off.
Abe something.
Yeah.
Wrote a book called The Rape of the Ape, Ape standing for American Puritan Ethic. It's a great book, but when I see Rape the Ape, that's what hits my mind, and now I am completely fucking lost on this song.
Now you will understand the use of that line by this artist. It's Peter Gabriel, Shock the Monkey.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, you should see his face right now, folks.
I'm listening to the song.
He's stunned and flabbergasted.
Yeah, I know about that. I didn't know the line before, because I know about that in the song.
Right.
I didn't realize the line before was You Can Rape
the Ape. I know about that. So you can see that guy would use that type of literature and fold it into his lyrical content, what have you. So that's that was another very cool thing. I did not really know about that book being written by Abe that we can't think of his last name. So there you go. That was Peter Gabriel off of the album Security from 1982, written by Mr. Gabriel himself and by himself.
And it's not Abe, it's Alan Sherman.
Alan Sherman, yes.
I had to look that up while we were doing that.
So that's really a great tune, and I'm so glad I got it in there, because having that on the playlist is just a joy.
And that's
just a joy. Having it in your head is great, too.
Absolutely. Peter Gabriel, that whole era, I'm a fan for a lot of it.
Yeah.
And actually,
are you zhuzheling?
No, I'm looking. I've got something related I want to share.
Oh, okay.
Here we go. All right. So since we're doing this and we're on this in this neighborhood,
in the Peter Gabriel neighborhood,
I probably shouldn't have told you that. That gave you that's giving something up. But this is a great song, and this is one that we had discussed recently, where I sent you shit all day long. You should remember this now. I've just given you the answer.
Oh yeah. You watch. I'm not going to...
You should know this song.
Lyric clue I just got is, the time I like is the rush hour. The second clue is, 'cause I like the rush.
And he's blanking. We just talked about this last
week. We just did. And I'm not... And now all I'm thinking is like Genesis, Lamb Lies Down, or...
The Pushing of the People.
Pushing of the...
I like it oh so much.
Yeah, what is it? Damn it.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
It's not
so we talked about this in the last episode we recorded, and I literally sent him almost every line in the song except the name of the song.
Thing. I'm going to look at my text.
No cheating. Oh, okay.
Like, I can't believe
I even told you who the artist
in my
was.
Head. It's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. No.
I Have the Touch.
Yeah.
Is the name of the song.
You know what? I went and listened to the damn song, too. God is my witness. I went and listened to the song like I could not get it to appear in my head.
I love this song. It's one of those songs that just...
have the touch.
Makes me want to get up. Whenever he says shake those hands, I'm literally like shaking my hands in the air. And he's actually talking about shaking your hand.
Right. Pressing the flesh.
Pressing the flesh as you go, as it were. He actually says, every social occasion, it's hello, how do you do? All those introductions, I never miss my cue. Some they form a question, some they form a doubt. My hand goes out and I have the touch.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know what it is about the song, because it's not like brilliant, it's not musically complex.
It's
just fucking great.
Right. It is a cool insight on the thought of that interaction, though. I mean,
and at the end of the song, he does a bit where he's like, he starts talking about all the things he does when he's looking for contact, with human contact. He's like, pull my nose, hug my knees, I try drink, food, and cigarettes, and tension without ease, and nothing gives him that, like, I just need to touch another human being.
Right. I need the human interaction.
And I like that. I like that part of it. And maybe that's why I like the song, because like I'm not I'm going to spend my time alone guy. I want to be hanging out and talking to people and like just doing what we do, you know.
That is hilarious. That's great.
And not surprising, right?
Yeah.
So anyway.
Well, thank you for that, and I have to apologize for once again. I literally went right after. I was so frustrated with myself. I went and just pulled up the song, listened to it right away, and here, the same thing. I totally blanked.
And 1982, and it's off the same album. It's off Security that you just gave me. So Peter Gabriel, songwriter, singer. That was way more fun than it should have been.
I deserve to be flogged with a fresh cut vine from the jungle.
I'll see if I can find somebody to take care of that for you, but I don't really have those kind of services available at the APEisode.
Only in a disciplinary manner, nothing twisted or perverse there.
Sure, Reed, whatever you say.
Yeah. All right, well, let's roll on with it and get past my embarrassment on that.
No, I'm going to revel in it for a while.
Second consecutive. I don't know that it couldn't happen again, but I don't think we've had an instance like that where a recently shared clue was reshared and
still couldn't be brought up.
Right.
By the way, we do have another visitor. My dog Stella has come to join us.
Stella's here,
and hopefully she doesn't pee on your feet this time. So
Stella,
she's peeing right there.
Right.
Oh, she does come over to see you immediately afterwards, though.
She jumped, leapt off of the curb there
and
over
she's like
to
207
say hi.
years old, man.
I think she knows I have cashews.
There you go.
Okay, it is my turn, and you should know this song.
The Purple Piper plays his tune. The choir softly sings. You said sing, but it softly sings.
Oh, I didn't put the S in there. I didn't.
I can't tell you the next line, but the line after that is in the Court of the Crimson King.
Oh,
it's
very
King
good.
Crimson, Court of the Crimson King.
Yes.
Off of the album, I believe, is called Court of the Crimson King, but it might just be
that
called
is
King
correct.
Crimson.
In the Court of the Crimson King is the album.
1967 or 8?
9.
69.
Okay.
Robert Fripp.
Righto.
Whom else?
Peter
Greg Lake?
John
No.
Sinfeld, Ian McDonald, Michael Rex Giles, and Greg Lake. All involved in writing the song.
And by the way, for those of you that are a little on the youngish side, this is probably one of the top 2 or 3 seminal prog albums.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
if there were, if there's a pyramid of 1,000
this is
progressive rock albums from that era, this is
very near the bottom of the pyramid.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of the first
and there's
2
not
or 3
a
blocks
bad tune
laid
on this album. There's a lot of weird tunes on this album.
Yeah, there is some cool,
and
bizarre
King
stuff on
Crimson
there.
definitely does weird very, very well. It's their cup of tea.
Progressive, progressive jazz rock. Just mix it up and get a little psychedelic.
Schizoid Man is pretty much heavy metal.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It could have been a Black Sabbath song,
absolutely,
super easily.
And it's the same era when Sabbath just got started. Yeah. So tell me. I guess we went through all the propers there.
We did actually cover all the propers. I did have one little side note to add too much. What do you know about
kick-ass album cover? By the way,
what do you know about Robert Fripp? Yeah, the album cover really is
amazing.
Very cool.
I know that he has been I know that he's connected to Peter Gabriel. They've done some stuff together. He's been a prime driver of prog and just, again, one of those guys who's got his fingerprints on a bunch of stuff.
Right.
I know we did some stuff with Talking Heads.
Yes.
And that's probably all that I can effectively say.
I'll only skim this, but the wiki page is worth a glance at. There's plenty of rabbit hole shit to go down here, but following King Crimson extensively as a session musician and collaborator with David Bowie, Blondie, Brian Eno, Peter Gabriel, Daryl Hall, The Roches, Talking Heads, David Sylvan, it goes on. And he also composed the startup sound of Windows Vista in collaboration with
kidding
Tucker Martine and Steve Ball.
The only redeeming thing about Windows Vista, the only redeeming thing.
Right.
As an IT guy, Windows Vista was a complete bag of crap.
So I thought you would get a real kick out of that if you didn't already know that he was part of creating that sound.
Yeah.
He had something to do with that. So
cool. And you mentioned the Roches, Three Sisters. It's not Roches, Roaches. It's Roches, Roches.
Roches.
It's Three Sisters whose last name happened to be Roche.
Yeah.
And I can't pull a song out of my head, but I used to have a disc that I listened to all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They have an amazing sense of harmony and a phenomenal ability.
The Roches
to sing together. It's actually I do. Want Not is a song that I know.
Oh, there you go.
And I'm going to toss that in the playlist.
There you go. The Roches way. See how that got in there?
People get a little
and
exposure.
you know what else you're going to have to put in the playlist?
What's that?
The Vista sound.
Oh, if I can find it. I think that's been outlawed by anybody who operates a computer, but I'll see if I can track it down. Yeah, absolutely.
So while you're on the wiki page, checking him out, look up his use of actually sort of creation, his innovation of a tape delay system known as Frippertronics.
Yeah, he's an electronics guy. And that's not really that uncommon among rock and rollers. I mean, there are a bunch of guys that have been involved in
they're
building
into
and
the
making,
whole thing, right?
Yeah,
into goofing around.
And I did want to
kind of.
This is apropos of nothing, other than the fact that I mentioned the playlist.
Yeah.
In a recent episode, probably 2 or 3 episodes back, we talked about a song by Michelle Schott called "Anchorage."
Yes.
And it did not make it to the playlist because I could not find a version of it.
Really?
Yeah, it simply was not available. I don't know if she doesn't make that one available or if there was an issue.
That is one of those.
And I did find some of her stuff, although not a lot of her stuff from that period is available on YouTube.
It's really surprising.
Yeah, so if you were looking for that and never heard it, I am so sorry, but I couldn't find it. I actually spent some time. Now, I can find the song, but I couldn't find it on YouTube where we make the playlist.
Right. Spotify or something like that might have it. Or
I apologize for that. And I wanted to kind of remember to get that out there.
The wind is cranking up out here at Races Oasis.
It's getting a little noisy.
Bit. It's dark time, 8:30 at night, and some wind chimey things and doodads are banging around in the wind. So
all right, so I'm going to go back to work here and see if I can find something.
Give me something to work with.
Here we go. I like this one. We'll pick this one randomly. I still got the Court of the Crimson King playing in my head, by the way. You should know this song.
And before I go into that, when I had the song click in my head the other day, I actually had 21st Century Schizoid Man click in my head first. And then I started thinking about a number of King Crimson songs, and I was like, okay, Court of the Crimson King's going in there.
And by the way, they have some great album titles.
Oh, yeah.
Lark's Tongue in Aspic. What a great album title. Anyway, moving on to the next one. You should know this song.
I should know the first line. Someday I'm going to be happy. Someday I'm going to be happy. Next line, please. But I don't know when just now. I should know this song.
You should.
I'm not coming up with anything. Someday I'm going to be happy, but I don't know when just now. No.
Nope.
Another line or...
You're breaking my heart.
Are you saying that to me because I can't think of it?
Yes and no. Someday you're going to be lonely and you won't have me around.
It's not ringing a bell.
Okay. The song is Lies. 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 I can't believe a word you say.
Yeah.
Originally done by the Knickerbockers.
There you go.
In 1965. Written by Bo Charles and Buddy Randall. Or it might be Randell. There's 2 L's. It was a single, and then the album that followed was called Lies. And I have a little note here that I want to share.
It's clanking around in my head now. The chorus is clanking around in my head, but I cannot hear the verse. I can't hear the...
It was recorded at Sunset Sound in West Hollywood with Bruce Botnick as the engineer. Things didn't sound right to him, so the multi-track master was taken to Leon Russell's house in Hollywood Hills. Jerry Fuller, one of the members of the band, knew Leon Russell, and he had this great little studio, just a 4-track. The band recorded the vocals there and overdubbed the new guitar part that was recorded from a beat-up old Fender guitar amp that gave the guitar sound that meaty, edgy feel.
How about that?
I mean,
cool,
again,
cool background.
Yeah,
info.
and Leon Russell being Mr. Cool that he is anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm a big fan, and he was. We've talked a lot about the Wrecking Crew. The Wrecking Crew, and he was one of the members of the Wrecking Crew. He was also just tossing this out there, musical director for Mad Dogs and Englishmen tour.
Yes.
By
for Joe Cocker.
Joe Cocker, thank you.
Yeah.
So anyway, all that to just say this is a cool fucking song,
and he was also up on a tightrope.
Yeah, in the spotlight.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm gonna have to put that one on the playlist now.
I love it.
Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot of Leon. Like Leon Russell was kind of like the Willie Nelson of songwriters.
Well, that is a really apt. I think that's a really apt.
Yeah, because there were a bunch of people who had hits that were Leon Russell tunes.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That people didn't know were Leon Russell tunes.
Yeah.
The thing that comes to mind, and it's going to have to end up on the playlist, is George Benson's Masquerade.
Oh yeah.
That's a Leon Russell song.
Yeah, and a great. Oh my gosh, what a great song. I can't remember what the reason I saw this, but it was just a couple months ago. From 8 or 9 years ago or something. A tribute on a video broadcast recorded tribute to Leon Russell at some music hall.
With Elton John. We talked about that probably 2 or 3 months ago.
Yeah.
You remember, Donna, when we went and saw Leon Russell?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an amazing performance.
Yeah, I mean he was just so warmly honored by everybody involved.
I guess when
he
was in ill health for a long time, and he's passed since.
Yeah.
But as his health was failing, Elton John, and they'd been very close earlier on.
Mm-hmm.
Elton John really felt like he kind of took him under his wing early on.
Yeah.
And Elton John reached out to him and said something along the lines of, "Hey, how you doing?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm not well, blah blah blah," and kind of without whining about it. He was like, kind of people forgotten, and and Elton John, they did a song or two together that kind of brought some notoriety back to him.
Right.
And I know that we went there from the
Knickerbockers.
Knickerbockers.
I do remember that was us.
But we one of us shared it with the other, having seen the thing on YouTube,
seen the video,
and it was pretty cool. I might see if I can find a link to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very cool. Okay.
What do you got there, Cheese?
It's me. This was going to be a starting line, and I was going to save it until we do one, but I can't. I'm too.
You can't hold on to it anymore.
I just can't hold on to it. This, I'm so excited about the possibility of this song being on the list and about getting it into your head and all that. So you should know this song.
Riding along with the radio on, feeling good.
But
riding along with the radio on is what's got me. Give me the next line.
Hold on.
Riding along.
Okay, I'll give you the rest of the first verse.
Ain't got no lady, but maybe I'm thinking I could. I slept all day long, nothing to do. Man, I'm going in the wrong direction. Riding along with the radio on, feeling good, but the rest of it just isn't.
Because I really want this to appear in your head rather than me say it, from reading the lyrics, I'm going to give you the chorus.
And I don't see the world going by, and I don't even have to try. I'm just hanging around. Oh, yeah, what is this?
It's Edgar Winter, Hanging Around. And I don't see the world going by.
And I don't even have to try.
See? That song puts a giant smile on my face, man.
Well, it's Edgar Winter.
It just stirs me up. I love that song so much. And I wanted it to pop into your head and put a smile on your face, which I could see even in the laptop light. It did.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, that was Hanging Around by Edgar Winter Group, written by Edgar Winter and
Rick Derringer.
Dan Hartman again.
Oh, really?
Another.
This is the Rick Derringer era.
Yes. 1972. They Only Come Out at Night. You know, the album cover and all that.
Yep. Great album. Great album.
Full of great songs, and that is
also
one of the I think undernoted great songs off of that album.
It is a great song.
Like I just really think a lot of that song. I love the guitar riff. I love
that's one of those. Man, I haven't heard that in a long time. Songs.
Yeah, it's a driving down the road song.
Absolutely.
It's anyway, jam to it on the playlist. Okay, what do you got, friend? What do you got?
See
what are you gonna do?
Here. What are
you gonna do?
I gotta grab this one because this is just too much fun. And you'll dig this. You, sir, should know this song.
The lyric I was given is not hitting me, except that it's hilarious to read. Oh, I got a first and a second line. Hold on. Hello, I'm Cindy. I'm a Pisces, and I like Chihuahuas and Chinese noodles. Oh my gosh, I cannot say that. I can't say that I think I've heard those lyrics.
Who do you think it is, based on the lyrics?
It's Zappa?
No.
Who? Weird Al Yankovic?
It's the B-52s.
The B-52s? What?
It's Song for a Future Generation, and I had never heard this
What
before.
album is it off of?
Whammy from 1983.
No kidding.
I heard it on the radio, and I'm like, what the hell is this? Because it's very
B-52s.
almost spoken language,
Yeah.
but also, you know how they can be so tongue-in-cheek sometimes?
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, they're immediately recognizable as the B-52s.
Sure.
But I was like, I don't know this song, and I know a good amount of B-52s.
Yeah, I was
and the
gonna
lyrics were
say.
so cool. And it's just a very strange Song for a Future Generation, is what it's called.
Wow.
Cindy Wilson, Kate Pearson, Fred Schneider, Ricky Wilson, Keith Strickland, the entire band, off the album Whammy. And it's just it's a fun video.
Well, it's the B-52s,
Yeah.
but I can't place the song, and I'm sure I know it. Anyway.
I didn't know it. Like, I was not at all familiar with it.
Wow.
But I was like, man, this is a cool tune.
I many episodes ago told the story of one of my older brothers sort of very early on introducing me to the B-52s, and for their first several albums we would play them, so I'm certain I've heard the song, but man, it's not coming to my head. Haven't heard anything from it in a while, and I used to love listening to the B-52s. It was so great because they were so just original and weird and kind of being, I guess the word is brave a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, doing their thing, just doing their thing.
All right, so we're probably going to need to get close to wrapping it up here. So I think you started this one, right?
I started it, so you finish it.
You do one more and I'll do one more. How's that?
All right, well, I can take that. Let's see what I got here. Oh, this one's a good one. This one is a good one. You may not guess it. You may not know it, but you should.
What's the deal?
I didn't always say that. I had a couple that were laydowns. Okay, you should know this song.
And by the way, Donna, I'm going to ask you to just keep it down, will you? Please, over there.
Everybody should know this song.
Photographers Smile, Take a Break for a While. You got more?
I got more. You want more?
Here's some more.
Here's line 2.
Take a rest. Do your very best. Take 5, honey. It's not clicking at all. What
do
is this?
Do you do Blue Money.
Oh, Van Morrison.
Yeah.
Now I know the song.
Now it just
there you go.
popped in here.
Yeah.
Everybody should know that song. It is just
That's a fun tune.
Really great tune. Just a really great song all the way.
And that's early stuff too.
It's 1970.
Yeah.
And what a catalog of songs.
Oh man.
And the guy,
there's an album at least in the last year.
He has relatively recently come out with more music. I mean, he's unstoppable.
Yeah.
Just unstoppable. It's ridiculous.
And by the way, a pretty damn good saxophone player too.
I have to think that, I don't know, but I would assume that he probably has mastery of a couple instruments after 60 some albums or something.
Yeah.
And
I think
40
if I'm
or
not
50
mistaken,
years
I
of
want to
going
say
at
it's
it.
closer to 80.
Maybe.
I think is the number that I saw. And again, I'm pulling that out of my ear.
That'll be fun to fill in for next.
Yes.
For a future episode's corrections and what have you.
All right.
Okay, so Blue Money, Van Morrison, written by, of course, Van Morrison, 1970, on the album His Band and the Street Choir.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Kind of a cool name for album. Okay, you get the last go.
I do, and it's a fun one.
Ape Man.
You should know this song.
Oh, I do know this song. I love this song.
You want to share?
I was going to try to give this one's a little bit down on my list, but I was hoping I could spring this one on you.
You want to share with the room?
The lyric is, "You live in a world of illusion where everything's peaches and cream. We all face the starlit conclusion that we live our lives in a dream." Stevie, guitar, Miller, Jungle Love.
Yes, what a great tune.
Oh my gosh, just love that song. The whistle at the front of it is great. The start
I have
of the song
something
is
about
so
the whistling. I actually have a little, yeah. So anyway, that's the Steve Miller Band. The last time I called it Steve Miller, you corrected me on something else and said, isn't it the Steve Miller Band? And yes, it is the Steve Miller Band.
Yes, the Steve
That's
Miller
the name
Band.
of the band. 1977 off the Book of Dreams album, written by Lonnie Turner and Greg Douglas. The whistling was keyboardist Byron Allred. He kept doing the whistling during the session, and it was decided to keep it in. Recorded in 30 minutes.
Just trying to make everybody throw things at him? Or
I think
what?
that was what was going on. Recorded in 30 minutes as the last track recorded for Book of Dreams.
Really?
It's the best fucking song on that album.
And
one of his best songs.
It's definitely one of his best songs.
And they tossed it out. Now, obviously, it was already written.
Right. They didn't write it and record it, which would be...
They recorded it in 30
insane.
minutes. We can't record a single episode in 30 minutes.
It's like a first take on every instrument. It's yeah, that is awesome.
At the end,
and it's such a great song.
Oh yeah, it's my favorite Stevie Guitar Miller song.
I love the intro to the song, the instrumental intro to the song, with the whistle and the break, and then the drums going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That whole clumsy, jumbled up intro, I just have always loved it. So to think that
I wonder
weird,
if it was,
complicated little thing came in there too.
Was actually a clumsy jumble up intro. Like if it was just
like if it happened that way.
They just kept it. You know.
They were like, wow, that accident happened.
Yeah,
perfect.
Let's
go with it.
So anyway, I think I gave you all the propers on that.
Yes.
It's a cool tune. And it's one that
so cool.
That's one of those songs that when it comes on, turn it way the hell up and step on the gas.
Exactly. Just enjoy the crap out of it. Okay, I got a thing to slip in here before we get out.
Slip something in.
I'm gonna slip it in here before we get out of here. We gotta get out of here. We got this is a couple of weeks ago now.
About a month, I think.
Month ago. Got a lovely text from official Apes, Diana Vape. Props, shout out to Diana Vapes. And I just want to quickly read it out because
we had mentioned her in an episode. She officially made her an Apes.
We officially made her an Apes and created the fanfare.
Oh God, yes.
What do you call that?
I don't know, but I'm sorry you did it.
Headache. The headache causing celebratory official Apes christening.
And by the way, just want to make clear. That was completely Reed.
That was 100%
nothing to do with that. I didn't know it was coming.
I
was editing the episode. I'm like, what the hell is
this?
I
take credit. I'm thoroughly proud for that mess. It says, Race, thank you and Reed for the shout out and having the honor of the first Apes intro folly. Also, referring to the Apes intro thing I made. Also very flattered to be in the same episodes as Dolly.
Meaning Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton. And I'm sure she feels the same after listening this morning, too. Oddly, I got your text last night while I was at the John Prine tribute, and the guy sitting next to me as we were discussing Prine asked me if I knew the Happy Enchilada story, and I did not, so he told me. And then I told him about your podcast and bean enchiladas. And the group gets bigger each day. By the way, I just Googled what a large group of apes is called. It's a shrewdness. How very fitting.
There you go.
Love to all.
Well, I don't know that it's fitting. It is accurate, but it is fitting.
Right.
And so the Happy Enchilada story.
Yes. The John Prine Happy Enchilada story. Yeah, the Happy Enchilada thing is from a video. I can't remember actually how I came across it, but it's Casey Musgrave sitting on stage a few years ago with John Prine, who she was, giddy about
even being with. She is a songwriter and a very good one, not even up and coming anymore. She's established herself quite well. John Prine was talking, and at one point he mentioned a fan at a show coming up to the stage, and he asked her hi, how you doing, whatever, greetings, and she said, could you play the Happy Enchilada song? And he said, I don't know what you're talking about. I've never written a song about any kind of enchilada, much less a happy one.
Enchilada. And she said, no, you have a song called The Happy Enchilada. And he said, well, can you tell me kind of how it goes? And she said, it's a happy enchilada, and I think I'm going to drown. Which obviously
is the
you
song.
You don't even have to know the lyrics of the song. You know what words
a half an inch of water
were really there.
And if the song is that's the way the world goes round.
Right. And so the crowd in the video cracks up and whatever. So that's a reference to the Happy Enchilada story about John Prine at the concert
that Diane shared with us. Yes.
So all of that wraps around to being yet another really cool bean enchilada and supporting the thought of continuing with bean enchiladas.
An actual enchilada bean enchilada.
Exactly. Yeah. So great. So great. Anyway, I wanted to, give that a readout and
thanks to Diane.
Kind of hit back Diane on sending that. It's really cool text.
She is one of the people that's been listening since day one. And,
yes.
And pretty much listens to every episode and has commentary and shares it with us directly. And,
yeah. She's
and by the way, share it with us. Directly or indirectly, share it any way you want, but share it with us if you got thoughts, man.
Share it. Send it to us.
we try to pay attention as much as we can. We know we're a little squirrel, but we really do want to hear from you. So anyway, this has been,
and we
Let
have
me step
been
all over you there, please.
We have been
Mixed Apes, and this has been.
You should know this song, kids.
And we are here sharing with you, and as usual, I'm having a good time. I can't speak for anybody else, but I'm having a blast.
Oh, I just love it.
And Donna, I want to thank you all so much for all of your input and your contributions while you sat and joined us. I don't ever believe I've spent a half an hour or 45 minutes with you being this quiet. I don't know if I like it or not. It's a little scary, frankly.
It's been super entertaining for me.
Are you still on?
Yeah, we're still on, baby.
We're still
going. Yeah,
hey, please tune in again. Please check us out again. Thanks for liking and following and sharing and all that stuff. And
that's probably why we're not getting as much response as we want, because we forget to ask for that all the time. But please,
we do.
Yes,
we forget.
Yeah, we forget.
We appreciate your support and anything you want to contribute and any comments you want to make. And
the time you spent listening, man. That's the thing,
Yeah.
So
thanks so much.
And hey, by the way, check out the playlists. They're amazing.
Yeah.
All the songs that we talk about end up in the playlist, except for one so far, and only because we couldn't find it.
Couldn't find it, exactly.
But we really enjoyed doing this with you and sharing this with you. I'm having more fun than I ever had with my clothes on before. So.
Yeah. And we can sort of stop there and not let him go any further with that thought.
Thank you.
Thanks, you guys, and we will hear with you talk.
And on that, we're out.
See ya.